What's up guys, and welcome to another track guide. This week we're at Montreal with the Mercedes-AMG GT3, and this track is super interesting and it actually pushed me to break into new grounds in regards to setups with this car. I've always felt that this car had a lot of motion and a lot of feeling, unlike the other ones that are provided in this pack, but I also felt that this car was a little bit lazy, and I've managed to fix that to a satisfying degree with this setup revision. I'm super excited to race this combo and I can't wait for next week to roll around. Just reminding you that our lovely YouTube members are getting access to all track guide contents with a 2-day head start compared to their competition. So if you want to become part of that group and support the work that I do, make sure you click the join button, and don't forget to also join my Discord community to get the setups, ghost car, telemetry files, and all of the necessary information you need to schedule a coaching session with me, just like dozens of other LFM drivers have already done. Now let's get into the track guide. Coming into turn 1, start braking just before the 100 board and try to not overslow the car too much to make it through turn 1. We want to reserve a little bit of our momentum into turn 2 because that's where the minimum speed point is going to happen for this entire section. After that, don't be afraid to park the car for turn 2 because we need a decent amount of rotation to get the car pointed towards the straight, and overspeeding into that corner will likely get you into an understeer situation. This is a corner that puts a lot of stress into the chassis of the car because of the elevation changes and the bumps that you're going to go through. It's really easy to lose the rear end coming into the corner, so to combat that, we're going to brake relatively early in between the 100 and the 50 boards with a smooth braking application, where we will then downshift into second gear and try to set up a good exit. Trying to carry too much speed here will likely end up in you face planting the wall at the exit of the left-hander. Into turns 6 and 7, brake just after the 100 board and try to use as much of the inside curb as you possibly can, because by doing that, it's going to massively open up the line for turn 7 and make our lives much easier in terms of putting the power to the ground. Turns 8 and 9 are surprisingly hard to get right, mostly because of the very restrictive track limits for turn 8. Having to go through a very sharp turn like turn 8 makes the exit of the corner be very clumsy and hard to put the power to the ground. And one thing that I found that massively helps with that is to modulate the throttle even though we are using traction control. Into the hairpin, brake just before the 100 board, and don't treat this as a regular corner. We really want to focus on a strong exit, and by late apexing this corner as much as we can, it's going to massively improve our traction and we're not gonna have to lean on the traction control nearly as much. Into the final chicane, brake at the 150 board, and remember that this corner is all about maximizing track limits. We need to keep at least 2 tires over the curbs at all times, otherwise our lap is going to get invalidated. Also, try not to carry too much speed into the right-hander, because if you do that, you'll probably have to add a lot of steering to combat the extra momentum, and that can probably end up in you oversteering or hitting the wall. So that was a lap around Montreal with the Mercedes-AMG GT3, and I hope this track guide was helpful to your week of racing in low fuel motorsports. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy the hot lap.